Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, this is Jim from Rochester. Just calling because I heard some comments about none of this is our head coach's fault, and I just can't understand that. What is he, the Teflon coach? Nothing ever sticks to him? No fault ever is his? I don't understand what hold he has over you guys. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Another statement was that signs of a good head coach is to surround yourself with good coaches. And right now we've got the worst offensive coordinator in the league, him, and he won't hire a new one. So come on, guys. Have a good one.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Quincy, Jim is not a Kevin Stefanski fan, but as I've said before, let me ask you what you think the Chiefs' offense would be without Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. What would the Bills be without Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs? What would the Dolphins be without Tua and Tyreek Hill? That's what Kevin Stefanski's been dealing with without Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb. Take away the top two weapons, including the quarterback and his top weapon, and he's still 7-5.
He said a coach is only as good as the coordinators he hires around him, or something around those lines, right? Like he made the point that, okay, he should be evaluated based on the coordinators he hires.
We mentioned that relative to, he was a big fan of Jim Schwartz. I said, he hired Jim Schwartz.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't ignore that. Right? You can't ignore Jim Schwartz being hired. And what do you expect the offense to be? Like, what can the expectation be? The expectation is this. Honestly, the fact that you've gotten to 7 wins with this is crazy. Look at what Kyle Shanahan does, right? We all think that Kyle Shanahan, great offensive mind. He can make something out of nothing. We all can agree on that, right? I'm pretty sure Jim would agree on that. Well, look at what Kyle Shanahan's record was the 2 years where he had all of his offensive players go down. He won 4 games in 6 games.
Yeah. Well,
is my point any clearer? Right? Like, it is what it is. Like, you cannot coordinate your way out of injuries.
Yeah. And Kyle Shanahan struggled when Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey were banged up against the Browns. It's how the Browns ended up beating them without Deshaun Watson.
Not just the Browns, the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. They lost 3 straight when those players were out.
Right. Again.
Yeah. Any coordinator, if you take away a coordinator's best players, which Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels are the best players on that offense. I don't care what they try to tell you about Brock Purdy. Those are the 2 best players on that offense. You took them out. Ooh, looks like a different offense. Brock Purdy looks like a different quarterback. Wonder why. Like, we don't have to play silly with this. Like, it's right there in front of you. If you're wondering why the Browns offense isn't good, look at who's not on the field that was on the field in week 1. And that might give you a solid answer.
Well, and you're also playing with your 4th and 5th tackles. So that's a whole
we ain't got to that.
Yeah. So
we ain't got Coop.
There's a whole nother thing. If you take the amount of salary cap that is injured, the Browns have by far the most. And you do salary cap because that's an equitable distribution. Everybody has to have the same amount. The Browns have the most salary cap that is unavailable to them in the NFL by a wide margin. But I digress.
I believe the Browns have 6 starters that have played most of the season that you expected to play most of the season. It's like 3 offensive linemen, Amari Cooper, David Njoku, Elijah Moore, if you count him as a starter.
Yep.
That's the problem with the offense right now.